Welcome back to the show, episode 2. XRP Keys in the building. It's been a long day, guys. This is my third take. Was pretty frustrated. It's not bad of a day. It wasn't that bad of a day. Um, as you get older, in your work, things don't bother you as much as you progress. So it's just a lot of mental jostling. But anyway, this is not about me. This is about XRP, the Great Reset, in 589. 589 went out today. Shout out to Solana. I got some content here from my guy. Let me pull him up real quick. From my guy Extravod. He was wilding out today. We got some Incast Official. There's another YouTube channel that I follow about XRP. He has some crazy dope stuff to say. We'll go through that. And this is just more of a chill, relax flow through of XRP, and not just all thrown and all at you at once. I'm not knocking it. I like it like that myself, but sometimes I want to find a channel that's just talking about it, kind of bouncing it around, not throwing around these words that I have to go look up. Not to say that I'm stupid or anything, but like the DTCC and all these other different things that sometimes you have to throw around or look up when you're trying to get close to anything. But anyway, Vol went off today. Solana tweeted out 589. We'll get to that. But again, guys, we're all here on our XRP journey, right? Some of us have small bags. I was watching a guy's YouTube channel today. He said he had over 20,000 XRP. I'm like, Brody, you feel me? And this is getting close. I really do feel like it's getting close. I'm telling everybody I can. But I'm also kind of chilling because you're older now, and it gets depressing when you try to explain something and it goes over people's head, and it's like, wow. And then again, crypto didn't do us any favors, right? Crypto Sensei uploaded some dope shit today. He was rocking. Of course, he always bounced back to back to back. He's such that guy. He be getting me cranked up, and he's another reason why I started my stuff, because I'm just like, it's okay to be yourself and talk about different things. Some people want to get to the XRP. Some people want to talk about it first, so get a nice little build and warm up. So anyway, our boys over there at Ripple were doing their thug thizzle, and they had a kind of a big day. They're exploding globally, guys. They just had to deal with the stock market. What did they do? 40 billion evaluation, completed 500 million share sale to heavyweights like Citadel, Pantera, and Galaxy Digital. They're moving. I mean, they just got up to 1.3 billion. Ripple did. The Abu Dhabi is live with the XRPL. They're just, making shit happen. Right now we're at $2.07. Buy. You might can get it. When I charted it, and let me go back. Can I pull up my chart? Oh, I can. Good job. So when I charted it, and I'm not a TA type of guy, and it's technical analysis. This is, and you have to excuse my chart, guys. But we're hovering around here. This is where we are. Let me clear this up so you guys can kind of see. And those for you that are just listening, hey, I'm just showing them the chart. We're at 207, and we had our dip down to 182. That was a good time to buy in. I bought in here. Bought in here again right at about 198. Right, and we seem to be on a slight uptrend. Uh, you know, but that downtrend is a fool, right? And we're almost to a head here, guys. We're almost to a head. And the price action looks good. It's staying above $2. Solana did their thug thizzle today, tweeting out what they did. But anyway, we're looking at around about 220. Around about 220, 240 range, guys. That's what we can expect to really see some movement. If we don't get up there, don't trip out. Buy, stay still, stay calm, hold. We got some whale activity. Moved the extra. They moved 250 million XRP to escrow. And they're gonna be doing that type of stuff, making deals and moving things around. Escrow it's nothing on the OTC and what's out there to general public. So you'll see a lot of that going on, guys. I wouldn't worry about their business. Like Ripple is handling their business. Like Vanguard is already letting customers buy the XRP ETFs on their websites. Not a big one is this Bitnomial, exchange launched the first CFTC regulated spot crypto exchange in the U.S. With XRP listed as collateral from day one. So what that means is they'll be settling that market too. So all that money in there gonna be moving around is gonna be moving around on XRP. The CFTC regulations help solidify XRP status as a commodity, right? Access traditional finance giants, Vanguard, removing barriers, brings massive liquidity potential. And that's what we want. We want people to start realizing we want to make the main stage, guys. We don't want to be trashed out or looked over. That's definitely not where we're trying to go. As a community, we want to be able to knock this out and get to a point to where we're all financially free. Because I was talking about that today, with the big homie today, and it was pretty funny, because he gets mad at me sometimes because. Sometimes I might dream a little bit too hard on them, and I like to do that. I like to think about the future and, what could possibly come of it, Again, my boy Vod with we'll listen in on Vod. He just dropped a video. He went crazy on the Solana thing like I told you about. Let's listen in real quick and we'll kick it around.
Ask anybody within this industry, right? Somehow they have heard about it or seen it. Okay? Deep down, guys, I'm pretty sure everyone knows the truth, but they just try to fight against the river flowing downwards.
It's not really that, family. It's because this shit is weird already. And, a lot of people don't believe in riddles and all this other stuff. But, there's a place for it. It's fun. It is super duper, coincidental, and people are putting their real money into this. And they don't want to feel like it's some back alley cat throwing around riddles deciding when the market's going to explode. But it's fun to think about it, though. So if you guys are into that type of stuff, that's Extra Vibe. He breaks it down, but he's a good chart guy too. When he calms down and gets the charting on your ass, you'll be like, shit. He's not just this guy who's all into this 589 and all this other stuff. Like, he's really knowledgeable. He's a really knowledgeable kid, and I pay attention. And so a part of looking around, YouTube and finding your niche and finding your piece is, being able to relate and sift through, what matters to you. And some people like a more serious XRP update, some people like a more jokey. It's all in how you see it. Anyway, back to the big.
Okay. That number has so many meanings and reasons behind it. That number, that one breadcrumb, has led to many discoveries about what XRP is now and what it could become. XRP could become 589. right? 589 means a lot of things, not just a price point, but it is most definitely a price target.
Mm-hmm.
I know it seems ridiculous, guys. I know it truly does. But if you truly think about it, it doesn't. Utility, utility, utility,
Right.
liquidity, right? A world solution to what's to come, for what's to come.
Yeah. Yeah.
589 is a code for what was getting ready to happen at the end of the year. 589 is the comics rule. 589 are the Nostrovastro accounts unleashed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
589 is hope and knowledge as well.
So if you follow a little bit of that stuff, hey, he's got a new dope one out. I definitely mess with it a little bit of hopium squeeze in there that they are telling us when this is about to pop. Man, listen, I can use it. I know we all could. And like I was telling y'all, my buddy, he kind of gets kind of mad at me when I dream a little bit too much. But sometimes it's necessary. I wanted to play you guys a clip, and let me pull this down because they may have some commercials in it. And I thought this was really
Consuming
I thought this
finance.
was oh man, I thought this was super duper important. Check this out, guy, from a guy named Vandal Al Jahara. I need to subscribe. But I came across this video and I thought this was freaking amazing. This guy, he broke this down in the right way, and I want you guys to take a quick listen as you guys are getting into crypto and XRP news. And again, Ripple is doing their thug thizzle. But we're here also for education, entertaining, just trying to breezing through something to listen to while we're getting away. Anyway, to the vid, I don't need to remind you guys of that.
Financial news for your investment confidence is the blueprint for failure. It's the dumbest thing you could do. The fastest way to lose money in financial markets today is to rely on headlines that are designed to manipulate you and that are pushed for the masses. Most people lose money in financial markets for one simple reason, and this is the truth. It's because they get their conviction from the news.
And I truly freaking believe that. You know, Guys, how did we find out about XRP? Right? We found out from maybe a homie, maybe stumbling upon it, maybe searching for the next thing to make us rich. And to be honest, right? We were looking for something. We were in the financial sector. We wanted to know the hottest thing, the hottest buzz, and we kept digging, and we found XRP. And as you can see, this guy is telling you, you don't hear CNBC talking about XRP, CNN, Fox Financial, whatever. You don't see these major financial institutions talking about XRP or crypto. They touch on it and they moved on and they move on. You know why? Because they're stacking. They're telling their family, they're telling their friends, they're buying a million XRP as they can, and they're just getting it in right now. And you're sitting up here trying to figure out whether or not you're going to get in on this market. With all the good news coming down the pipe, with the way America is going, you're going to seriously sit up here and question whether or not you should be investing at least $5 or $10 in the XRP. Maybe you don't need the money. Maybe you don't believe in it. But throw $5 or $10 in there and see. Again, this is not financial advice, which I just, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. But, let's get back to the video. But yeah, I really do believe in that. Like, I stopped watching big news. I'm strictly Twitter and YouTube,
If you get your confidence from the mainstream financial news, you're already behind. And you don't even know it. You do not want to be buying just because CNBC says buy something or Jim Cramer says it's a buy. The media's job is to trigger stupidity, not prevent it.
Yes, indeed. And he had a couple of really good examples in this video, guys. When you guys get a chance, go check him out. Vandal, Vandell, Al Jahar, Aljarrah. Really intelligent breakdown about the mental mindset of investors and how, you do feel alone. You're ahead of the game. He's gonna break down where you're supposed to enter and where by the time you hear about it, and it happens to me every single time, and it's probably happening to you every single time. You hear about it too late, you get in and you don't make enough money. You got to dig deeper in 2027 as you invest and go towards the future. Let's kick in on my guy real quick. He had some
Are
shit.
currently shut out of DeFi will be able to engage for the first time. If this
Hold on, this is one guy in Cash Official. Is really good channel. I'm trying to find where he was cooking it earlier. Okay. Yeah.
fueling XRP's momentum. From day one, it was purpose-built for finance and payments. Today, it leads the way in both tokenized RWAs
Right.
and blockchain payments. And then, of course, over here, we do have a detailed breakdown from vet_x0, which is XRP validator is cool, but the real juicy part of Evernorth is providing liquidity plus DeFi integration on XRP. Sounds like they're looking to really engage with the AMM on the XRP ledger, perhaps the XRP.
So all this means is Ripple and XRP is tearing ass, and they're working with these different companies to expand themselves. And this is one of Evernorth's main goals, is to make sure that we're covering all our financial backs, all assets, and I hate to have this guy's like whole goddamn screen up like that, because I don't want him coming to get me. Okay, let's do this. No, that didn't work. Okay, well maybe it is. Okay. Hold on. No. Well, it is control. Well, anyway, guys, guys doing a lot. I hope it's not a big deal for this guy. I don't know why it won't let me. I didn't lock it, but either way, he had some really good. He was cooking, man, and basically, he went how this whole thing about TradFi and DeFi. So, and it took me a minute to get this, but TradFi is traditional financial institutions. DeFi is decentralized financial institutions, where we're headed, right? And right now, the Clarity Act and all these different things is going to be an agreement between DeFi and TradFi, basically, to say, hey, these are the guidelines, because we know XRP, Ripple can kick our ass and offer more to the customer because y'all have more liquidity over there, and that's not fair. And so they don't want Ripple to corner the market, which Ripple's not trying to corner the market, but they know Ripple is setting up to corner that goddamn market, because a lot of people thought they were just trying to do cross-border payments. That is not the case. XRP is trying to be in everybody's pocket. Here's my other guy, the Bullwinkle Blueprint guy. He's everywhere. It's kind of aggravating. Definitely reads ChatGPT scripts, because every time he say, this is not, I'll be like, bruh, this is not done. This is da-da-da. I'm like, damn, that goddamn ChatGPT script got everybody head fucked up, man. And if you can't tell when people read from the script, it's hyphens, and when they say this is not just, that's ChatGPT. That's a script written. Anytime you hear this is not just, mark it.
This right here, what you're looking at, this is the powder keg. What you're seeing is shorts versus longs. XRP isn't just heavily shorted. It's the most aggressively shorted major asset in the market.
He's going somewhere
There's practically no long support in comparison to your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. You know what happens, right? This is the exact game that the market makers play with you. They see all the money right now is currently shorting XRP. So what did a
So where he's going, and I'm gonna speed it up for him, is saying that the market makers are seeing everybody trying to short XRP. They know everybody's goddamn chart has it down, going back down to 150, 166, 170. Everybody knows that. So guess what? Market makers, however they do it, they're gonna flood the market so all the shorts get tore down. And it's already what? It's about to be Tuesday. So by Friday, you can expect, because all these option calls and puts are gonna have to come to fruition. Some of these, so it's not gonna hit. I mean, well, I don't want to talk about nobody money, but that's where he's going with this, is that XRP is going to short them out. You know what I'm saying?
market maker is going to do? They're not going to let these shorts win. They're going to send the price of XRP up. They're going to launch it. And what does that do? That liquidates all of the shorts. It gets them out of all of their positions. They do the same thing when the market is over longed.
Yeah.
What do? They crash the price, they liquidate the longs, and then you see the instant rebound to the upside.
Yep.
That is how they reset the markets.
I agree.
This is how we know XRP is ready to make its move. It's almost comical, the inbounds. It's extreme. Look at this. 15 million in shorts compared to 0.6 in longs. Why does this matter though? Everyone was like, Rip, I don't get it though. What does this matter? Why do people care if there's so many shorts in the market?
15 million back in their
It's
pocket.
very simple.
Yep.
The market makers are not going to let you win. All of this data is public record, public knowledge.
Yep.
The market makers see it. Do you really think they're longed? You only need a small catalyst, folks.
Yeah. So, Ripple, Bullwinkle was cooking today with this one, and I really wanted to show you guys that you're fighting several different anomalies. You got the market makers, you got institutions, and you got retail. Then you got OTC. Then you're fighting the monthly release of 1 billion XRP, and then 700 million is locked back up. So there's a lot of things that we're fighting, and we're okay with it. I mean, Ripple's okay with it because they know y'all not going to have any choice. So we can sit down here and bitch and complain about the price. They can drop it even lower, right? And get all of us out the game and let it sit there and watch institutions buy it up. So we got to be really careful, and we got to also be ready to play another long game, maybe another year. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm in. I hope it goes lower so I can buy more and build up my bag, and then, clear it. And I hate that because now I wanted to hit $100, dollars. I wanted to hit $1,000 just like you guys. But at the same time, I realized that we follow a lot of hopium and hype, right? Jake Claver, he's saying 100. A lot of the people that I trust are saying no fucking way. But then again, you see stuff like 500 million to settle the back end of the market, selling the back end of the NASDAQ, the Japan unwind. Those type of catalysts or things that are like tidal waves that are coming in. And so you can't help but to say, well, maybe if information travels fast, if it's one good commercial by a BlackRock, if BlackRock says, hey, they're on, boom, we're done. If BlackRock comes on a week before Christmas, yo, what? Could you imagine BlackRock and Vanguard and it just saying, yo, let's do this? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know how quick they can do it, but they're anticipating in 2026. Anyway, my guy working Money Channel has some dope shit, and listen here. Here we are here.
Show them how much faster and cheaper the XRP ledger is, and then step 4, flip them onto XRP.
Yeah.
And selling activities of Korean investors are clearly leading the global price direction. All right, now let's take a look at the BitThumb chart. He says here in a similar pattern, XRP holdings are increasing, as you guys can see up here, up to 1.799.
So if you're just listening, he's showing the chart where the price is going down, but holders are holding steady. Right? People are not letting go of their XRP, which is a good job, right? And so that chart is called the XRP Ledger Exchange Reserve BitThumb, if you want to check that out yourself. But I kind of let everybody else do the work, that's good signs and stuff that we want to see, gang. That's what we want to see. Let's let them keep cooking.
Billion. So they're not simply trading XRP, but are directly exerting influence on the formation of global XRP price. Data from the Korean market remain tuned with what is going to secure their future.
Yeah, something about Gen Z.
Now he was referring to token terminal here and the outstanding supply of RLUSD. Guys, look at how much RLUSD is continuing to be minted. Diana here commenting on Bitnomial and the SEC, the forgotten chapter in XRP's history is resurfacing, and it hits directly at the SEC's credibility. I don't know if you guys knew this, but a few security in that it's not registered, says Diana here. Assets
well before the
7
gold.
That's 25x. And $26 billion.
Well, that's my guy.
In conclusion, Korean back up to $2.12. So
let's get off my guy's page and get off of him. But anyway, gang, it's been a day. I want to see what my retweets are. And I probably shouldn't have pulled this up without going through this first. So I won't danger myself. But anyway, let's pull this down. Gang, listen, up on the screen is a few of the coins that I choose to invest in. I'm doing HBAR, I'm doing XLM, I'm doing XDC, I'm doing Quant, I'm doing everything with utility in the gang because that's where it's going. All right. And you know this, I know this, staying focused in your conviction. Prices at this point right now, it is 7:16 at night on a Monday. Price is $2.07. Hold strong, hold fast, gang. We're gonna get there. There's go outside, touch some grass. I cleaned up today. I know. I feel you. I'm there too. I want it bad. But we got to be patient. Just remember, you're ahead. Right? You're ahead of the game. So hold strong. Chill out. Listen to your XRP news as best you can. Get what you need. But we're going to make it there. I'll be here. And I'm going to go through it with you because I'm heavily invested too. I believe in this thing. So although I won't bombard you with super duper info, I will take you around to some things that stood out to me, and we need to understand where we're going. I think that maybe even one day, once Ripple becomes a bank, right? I think they're going to buy Uphold, and then people who already have accounts are going to get a nice little bonus. Because remember, Uphold was already holding XRP down through the bad stuff, right? Everybody got rid of them off their exchanges. So I'm willing to bet you that Ripple is going to purchase Uphold, and Uphold is going to be able to become a full-time bank account for you with all your, because you can already earn XRP from being with Uphold. And I'm not even a sponsor. But I see the play here. And then Ripple introduces you to all those different benefits, right? Giving you a higher yield, high APRs, better borrowing experiences, better user interfaces, just making it easier because they have the liquidity. They can take on debt, and they can take a person with a 580 score, because they can, one, the Fed's losing the rates, and two, because we XRP, and if you fuck off, we Ripple, and if you fuck off, that means your XRP is ours. What? Or, what I'm saying? Like, your collateral is ours. Like, oh, we're good. So, that's why it's important too, because it's like, borrowing against your money is going to be crucial. And that's why I think everybody should buy this shit up. I'm buying all type of stuff. And it's this other coin that I'm into. It's called the Jasmine coin, guys. And we'll probably get into that episode 3. But it's called the Jasmine coin. I really think that's a great idea. It's taking your identity back and charging the big companies for data, charging them to use your data, which I think is an amazing. I think there's a few other coins that do it too. And that's why I want to go with this, gang. Like, we're going to talk a little shit. We're going to do a little TA, technical analysis. We might talk some technical stuff. I try to break stuff down as well as I see it and what it means to me. But for me, like I said, and I'm not trying to over explain it, but it's just like, we kind of get it. We get it. Just tell us when the money gonna hit, fam. Like, we get it, and I know I'm watching videos and I'm like, I know this information already. Like, I know this so-and-so said this. And I just want to know I'm here with you. I'm regurgitating the same information too. I need to get my Twitter account, because my X account up, because that X is crazy wild. You're talking about up-to-date info and people who just don't do YouTube having great information. Like, if you don't have an X account in 2026, Like I'm a question. I really have to question. You know, your thought process. Because I've been telling people like X is the first place it's gonna hit. It's gonna be on the simple platforms, the text platforms, and then hit the video platforms, and then it's gonna hit Facebook. Everything hits X first. Let me tell you, people are gonna exit first because that's just where it is. And don't let X decide to try XRP. That is game over. If Elon Musk says, you know what, we're gonna do we're gonna use the XRP ledger. You know how many, bruh? You know how many people are on X, dog? I think it's like 600 million or 600 billion or something like that. Like, bruh, Elon need to come on, fam, and let's go ahead and let us do this, bro. Because you know you got people in other countries. It just makes sense. You might do Hedera, maybe XLM. But anyway, I don't know there's other blockchains, but gang, hey, we're here. I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope this was a good video / pod for you. And I feel good. I'm gonna get so much better at this. I'm glad my audio's back right. I'm getting more comfortable. I'm getting myself prepared for these shows. And so I hope you guys have a great rest of the night. Happy going through. I'll probably be on some people's lives and talking to a few people who are going to go live today and just appreciating all the information that the XRP Army is putting out for us as our lieutenants. And one of the subsidiaries who isn't a big dog yet, just really appreciate them for one, giving people the courage, to talk about XRP and giving them the knowledge and giving them a place to come to of comfort and let them know they're not crazy. So anyway, have a great night.